Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Esteemed Gentlemen podcast for Tuesday, April 13th. Had to look at the dates here. We are a little unprepared because we are trying this brand new thing. It's called video. I don't know if you ever heard about it, but we're finally on board with it. And so, yeah, if you're listening on Spotify or Google Play or Apple Podcasts, if you head over to our YouTube channel, you can see us on video, and I'm talking straight into you. We're connecting real good.
Looking right at you, yeah.
And and yeah, this is kind of going to be the format going forward, I believe. We got a kind of nice background I've been working on there. You can kind of see, which is very nice. And hey, I got to shout out my hard work, man. It took a long time.
It looks good. It looks good.
Looks awesome.
Great.
And we promise we're gonna get some wall decorations behind us some more because
less plain walls down the line. Yeah,
less torture basement going on.
There's a lot of eggshell white going on in these frames right now. But it is the podcast, and that means we gotta talk about a topic. And today it's brought to you by Eric Deshane. Eric, I tee it off for you, sir.
Oh, good segue. So this weekend was the Masters tournament. So not too familiar with that. It's the golf one of the golf tournaments here. And unlike me 10, 15 years ago, I sat through and watched all 4 days and enjoyed every single second of it. So I watched it all. I was engaged. I followed every player, every athlete playing in the tournament. And I don't know, to me, I thought, like, God, if 20-year-old Eric would have saw what the hell I was doing today, he would have been so upset with me. So I thought, well, what was something that you guys would have done, are doing now that 15, 20 years ago you thought you would never in your life see yourself doing or be involved with anything else nowadays? Like, to me, to sit down all weekend and watch golf of all things and enjoy it, like, what the hell, Eric? What were you thinking? But I loved it. It was great. It must be a maturity thing, I guess. But yeah, just was relaxing. It wasn't fun to watch, and I had a good time. But yeah, I would have been pretty upset at 20 years old if that was the case then. But yeah. So what about you guys there?
Well, I had a hard time believing, since I was such a late bloomer with a relationship with the ladies, to be, in the process of buying a house, watching cartoons almost every chance we get, because I'm not really that kind of. I was never that kind of character when I was 20. When I was in high school, I was always just, doing other stuff.
So. It was tough to keep you down back in those days. Then, So seeing you settle down now is a little off-putting for sure. Yeah.
Right, but I still feel like I'm still retaining some form of my immaturity for sure. And Leia helps me express that. She doesn't judge me when I get stupid, so she just joins me.
Yeah, exactly.
She's 2 years old, so we're on the same wavelength now. Yeah, definitely the amount of cartoons and animated stuff and anime itself. Like, I was never really much of a fan of anime before. Like, I was forced to watch Dragon Ball Z, and it was tough.
Really, eh?
Yeah, because a friend of mine, Ryan, he used to videotape them off his TV because I didn't have satellite, I didn't have any of that stuff. So he used to send it to me. I'm like, anime is the worst because their lips are just like, when they're talking, there's like one expression, and there's like 40 minutes of them just going, charging up, and like just so annoying.
It's the best part.
Dramatic. It's like overly dramatic, and now it's like we seem to be watching quite a bit, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit more now. So
that was the one thing. Yeah, that was one thing that Ryan showed me. I clicked to right away when Dragon Ball Z. I remember we first got satellite. Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, Digimon, all those anime shows I came to right away. I don't know what it was, but yeah. And I thought for sure there'd be something you'd be involved with too as well, or you'd catch on with as well. But I never realized that. No.
Yeah, not really. No. I didn't mind like the animated, like CGI stuff. I liked, but the anime style, the whole art style, I just never really got on board with. Yeah. And then, I remember when Kill Bill Volume 1 came out, and Oren Ishii's little scene there, it's all anime. And I'm like, I almost shut the movie off. I'm like, I can't watch this. And now watching it now with Carly just recently, I'm like, this is the best part of the whole movie. Honestly, to me, like that whole animated scene is incredible. So yeah, that's just one of the things. I guess
that's a good one.
I didn't see myself enjoying as much. I guess if you're subjected to it long enough.
Yeah, exactly.
You just conform. It's like, maybe it's not so bad.
What's that called when you get kidnapped and you get used to it over time? What the hell's it called? Let's say
Oh my
Schrodinger,
God.
but it's not Schrodinger effect.
The listeners are just are yelling at the answer. Stockholm syndrome.
Help us out.
Stockholm syndrome, exactly.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I had kind of, I guess I'm more the opposite, where, I was always into the nerdy shit, and now I'm like repping the Blue Jays, got the Toronto Raptors in the background.
Yeah.
Like in junior high and like high school, like be into hockey a little bit, like followed that and stuff. But I watched like pretty much every single Raptors game for the last like 3 seasons, and I've watched already pretty much all the Blue Jays games this season. So it's a lot more sports than I thought I'd be into. But it's just I don't know, something.
Yeah,
I'm into, I guess now. Not golf though. Hell no.
No, never was. My family big into golf. When I was a kid, we used to go visit my Nana and Papa down in BC. And the Masters would be on. It seemed like every time we went to go visit them, like once a year, it would be on. And we would just sit there and watch it. I'm like, oh, this is freaking brutal, man. And then Nana would rescue us and be like, hey, let's go play some Super Nintendo. I'm like, oh, thank God. Something I can enjoy here. Holy man, because you're just like, and then they fall asleep watching it. So it's like, why do you guys even have this on? And as soon as you like ask to change a channel or watch something
they get
different,
offended. I know, yeah.
They're like, oh, I was watching that. Bullshit.
Yeah. Same thing with Animal Planet. The mom and dad's too as well. Dad's asleep on the couch, not watching TV. I'm like, well, I'll change channel. Why did you change channel? It's like, well, you're asleep on the couch. You're not watching shit. So whatever. Exactly. Yeah. But no, that's something I never thought of in a million years. I would enjoy it as much as I am now. So yeah, just a weird thing. Another thing too as well I thought about. If you were, let's say something happens with, who knows, time, space, whatever the hell. 17-year-old you comes back to the present you right the hell now. What would be the first thing you think you would see and ask you about?
That he would ask me about?
Or ask you, like, be intrigued with, like, what the hell's, like, changed? What the hell's going on? Do you think he'd be happy with you, mad with you? Like, what the hell, man? Like, I thought about that. I'm like, oh my God.
He'd say to me, he'd be like, man, you got fat. I'll be like, yeah. But I also got the PS5, and he'd be like, oh shit, let's play some of that.
Right? Yeah.
And then we'd be pretty good friends, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be one like, 17-year-old me came by. I'm like, what do you be like? What do you think of the world right now? I'm trying to see my phone and be like, what the hell is that thing in your pocket? Yeah, it's my iPhone. What's an iPhone?
Right.
Well, fuck, this is another thing to explain. It's only like been 15 years. Like, yeah, I guess that's a big difference then. How much that's changed? Yeah, how much that's changed since.
Where I'm like way younger than you guys, and I had an iPhone when I was 17 years old.
Back then, a Razor
came out way after.
Yeah, a Razor was the shit back in high school. So they're like, oh,
Razor.
What happened to the Razor? It's like, oh, fucking Razors are gone.
Yeah, that thing was the shit, man.
Yeah,
you get reception anywhere, no little antenna. That thing was like,
but it was the end thing, yeah. But stuff like that. I'm like thinking, like, oh man, he'd be crazy to see that. And
he would, my younger self would show up with his little mini DV camcorder and see my C200 and be like,
what?
Like,
you making movies?
You just wait. Yeah, still not making movies, but you got an expensive camera now.
Yeah,
it's all good. It's all good. And don't let hoes hold you back. Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. That's what I would tell him.
Well, no, he's with you now. He doesn't go back. He's just stuck with you now in the present. Like, oh my God.
Oh, stuck with me in the present. Oh, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God, how much of a shock. I don't know. I think we would still get along, though. Nothing bad. You made too bad with me, but yeah.
You got a roommate. Split rent, get a nicer place.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Get a job, you lazy asshole. Get to work.
Yeah, he'd be making all the money because he's probably working at the sea cleaning plant still.
Yeah, me and 17 wasn't doing jack shit, so it'd be a lazy bum to get to work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He can babysit Leia, and he'd just love hanging out with her for sure. Because I've always liked kids, so he would have a blast with her probably.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Sorry, I'm gonna go back to Eric's original thing about.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I wouldn't be doing then that I am now, like going to radio school was like, especially like knowing me in high school, and like a lot of my teachers were like, "Wait, what? That guy went to radio school?" Because I had never talked like in class ever. Always the quiet kid. Like I'd be like cracking jokes, but I'd always be like kind of whispering them to my friends in class and stuff. And like actually like, I'm not like fully out of my shell, but like I'm way more out of my shell than I was when I was a teenager. That's for sure. So it's
I'll be with you doing that one. To be doing something like this at 17, oh god, forget it. There'd be no way. I'd be so shy and scared. Hell no. Talking in public. Oh yeah. Tyler would be the same still, but yeah, God no. Doing this, you kidding? Christ.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. Like it's how much we've changed and matured, I guess, is a big thing. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, mine's would be a little more depressing. Being there's a full-time career that I'm doing right now. I'm like, this would be something like the last thing I would be doing. Here I am. But I don't know. It's not bad. I mean, it's
when I was in high school, I didn't have a plan. I set out there. I didn't know what I wasn't going to be at either. So.
Oh, and see, I was the complete opposite. I had all these hopes and dreams. So many hopes and dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this still has a chance to take off. Come on, you guys.
Yeah. If you like the podcast, share it with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
It would be awesome.
Wicked. Even just one friend.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys can think of that's nowadays?
I'm doing now that I probably wouldn't be doing back then. Picking one night to get restless for drinking wise.
Yeah.
Because I could go 3-4 nights in a row. No problem.
Yep.
Throw up in the same night and just keep going back. Empty my stomach. Oh, perfect. I'm glad I threw up tonight. That means I'll feel better tomorrow. And then just keep going. Now, if I think about it, and I think I would pass away if I did that.
Yeah.
I would just, there's no way I could handle that again.
I remember we went camping this summer with the Jermaines and everything else. That we went hard. That was that first Friday or Saturday night. I forget what it was. It was hot as hell the next day. I'd never been in so much pain in my life being hungover. It was terrible. Like back in the day, if it was like that, I would have been out in the sun, still drinking all day and being fine and having a good time. Like, no, I was in so much goddamn pain.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't. I was like, oh, what the hell? I used to go hard for weekends.
Yeah.
Back to back.
The firework fiasco where I was running back and forth throughout the whole night and drinking and just like jumping over that fence, man. I had so many sore muscles the next morning. I'm just like laying there in the tent, like, the sun's beating. I'm like, somebody just shoot me, please.
Yeah, frick.
Any other time, I just wake up and be like, oh, quick, get a drink before the hangover kicks in and just segue right into the next day.
Keep going,
God. Oh, God. Can't do that now.
Were you guys, when I was like much younger, like 14, 15 years old, I had like this stance. I was like, I don't know why people drink alcohol. That's lame or whatever. I'm not going to do that when I'm older. And then I think like 17 came and it was like, all right, you have a chance to go to your buddy's house and have a drink. And I was just like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Ever since then, alcoholism, no. But it's like, oh this is actually fun. I get it now. I get why people do it.
Yeah, for sure.
The social aspect of it, for sure. That's my thing. Yeah.
I had that kind of too, like even like with marijuana and stuff, I was a gateway drug to crack and meth and all that stuff too. And I'm just like, no drugs. If anybody's doing drugs, I'm leaving. I'm going home, blah, blah, blah. And well, now I'm pretty much married to somebody who smokes it like cigarettes. So whatever.
Yeah.
So, and now I'm just like, whatever. Now that it's even legal too, and it's just like, holy man, they just tried to scare the shit out of you when you're a kid with that stuff.
Oh yeah.
But
Dare.
Dare, man. I was like the top of my class in Dare, man. I was like the golden child. I was like the Dudley Do Right. Don't do drugs. Don't drink.
Just say no. It's just it's just that easy.
Yeah, exactly. And then grade 10 came along, and I'm like,
God. Too many.
It was all a lie. This is the best thing that's ever happened. No wonder why everybody does it. No. Yeah.
Is there any like kind of technology that's like kind of surprised you that's come out like that you wouldn't think would have been possible since back then?
VR. Big time.
VR. Yeah.
It
is
was
true.
VR. Yeah, I mean it's still like has a ways to go still, but as far as it's gone within 10 years, it's pretty big. I will say that, but to the point where it's like Ready Player One, where you can just hop in and have the full sensations like that. It's not there yet, but it's going to be definitely.
It's getting close. Well, I saw a video. I don't know which company that is that has like that whole pad you can buy. You stand in it, and you got the harness, and then you can like crouch and walk, and you got like the gun and all that stuff, and you got the elbow pads, the chest piece, everything. It's just like got all these trackers on you.
I was watching one too. Well, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say because like when I was in grade 9 or 10, I remember going to Liquidation World and they had a VR headset. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. Then I told Ryan about it at school, and then he ended up buying it. And then who was it? Was it Lee Michaud was wearing it, and then he was doing like the kick maneuver, and he kicked the coffee table and broke his foot. Had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
That thing was literally like you put it on, and you're like, what the fuck? And all you see is like this little pixelated animated ninja here, and he comes close like doot doot doot, and it's like. And you got to like chop them, and like when he goes like this, you like have like these stupid controls, and you have to like literally throw yourself for it to even register what you do. It's all analog. It was terrible.
Sensor on your arm, sensor on your leg.
Right? You have to like this, and you have to,
yeah,
and you have little ankle sensors too, and you got to fucking. It was so stupid, and now it's just like you have your hands and you're moving stuff, and it's like, and you're picking stuff up, and you're moving, and you're like that drinking game. You're just it's crazy.
That's a good point. Yeah, but now, but more the fact that it's become more commercially available is also a big thing with that too, because that was around back when 15, 20 years ago, but it would have been 20 times the price as it is now, right? So that's exactly it. Yeah. So
and speaking of that too, even the big screen TVs and flat screens, holy man! Like if somebody had a flat screen, they were millionaires. It'd be like $5,000 for like a 42-inch, right? And now I got a 75-inch for like $800-900. Like,
yeah.
So that's just how much cheaper that kind of stuff's gotten, and more affordable and accessible to people that make as much as we do.
Right.
One thing I thought would never be big as it is now is probably smart cars and like Teslas and electric cars. I thought would still be a ways off before that's finally figured out properly. But that's something that down the line is going to be huge, and definitely like for us in the middle of nowhere, Alberta, it's still tough to get something like that. But give it a little while, it'll be something we can get into.
Even like automated driving and that stuff too, right? Like that's
crazy. Seeing videos of people sleeping on a freeway while the Tesla driving them to where they got to go. It's like, because that's like Demolition Man stuff. Demolition Man was ahead of its time at the time, right? And it's almost literally this whole same idea. I bet you Elon Musk watched Demolition Man. He's like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah. And now here we are. Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh god, that smart truck! Remember that? Oh god,
the Cybertruck or whatever.
Oh god,
that I went a few years back on that one. Unfortunately, didn't go too far ahead.
Looks like the Halo Warthog or something like that.
Yeah,
ugly thing.
Awesome. It's awesome.
I think like also too, like thinking back, had the PS3 in high school and stuff like that, and you Uncharted 2, and it's like, man, games are never gonna look better than this. And then like you have the PS5 now, and like playing like Miles Morales in like 4K 60 frames per second. It's like, man, how are games gonna look better than this? But eventually 8K is gonna come out, and it's gonna blow your mind again.
I remember that even when Advanced Warfare came out and Kevin Spacey, like that CGI, I'm like, wait a minute, this is animated? Like this is CGI? I'm like, I couldn't even like for a couple of scenes, like when he's sitting there drinking with the soldiers and that one cutscene. I'm like, fuck, that's CGI. I had no idea that was CGI. I thought that was all like live action with green screen in the background.
Green screen them into the game.
I'm like, how'd they do that? Well, it's a cutscene, so I just thought it was just like acted out. But like when you're playing the game, you can tell it's. But even then, it's just fuck.
It's good.
I don't know how they do it.
I can't wait for the next Battlefield game. See how good that's gonna look on like next gen consoles. It's gonna look
hearing nothing but crazy shit, like huge battles, man. Can't even imagine having a couple hundred people on one battle.
Oh man,
could you imagine?
It's gonna be the best.
Oh, yeah, fun stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think of something else.
I think also like something that I was like came back around to is wrestling. Like high school me was like you've fallen out of love with wrestling and stuff like that. And if they were to see me now, it's like, wait, wrestling's cool again? I'm like, yeah, wrestling's cool again.
Yeah.
Depends what you watch.
Right. Right.
And they'll be like, what, WWE's cool? Like, no, WWE still sucks. But you should watch Japanese wrestling. And I'd be like, what? Yeah, man, they actually beat the shit out of each other. It's awesome.
Right? Yeah.
That's real shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. was one thing too. I remember in high school I wasn't that big into, but back then it was like the prime like wrestling where it was like they didn't give a shit about what the kids thought. It was brutal, it was vicious, it was bloody at times, all
Oh
times.
yeah.
And then yeah, we had Mick Foley on it all the time, being him. That wouldn't fly nowadays too. Like how much that's changed since. Like holy moly. Uh, the yeah, seeing blood and beat the shit out of people. Oh man, it was vicious back then.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of wrestling, we're gonna have a
Oh yeah.
weird wrestling quiz in the next couple of days, highlighting
I'm not.
some just total insanity that has
Yeah.
happened in the wrestling world.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if it's a quiz, I don't know. I'm probably gonna fail the quiz.
Yeah, whatever. It's all for fun.
I
So,
might
Yeah.
beat Tyler at a game for once. Yay!
Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. That was fun.
The one I could think of here. I don't know. Anything else you guys can think of at all for something like that, or no?
mm,
Not really. No.
yeah, I'm just kind of drawing a blank here. But you know, it could be a short episode if we want it to be. Let's call it there. Why not? It's a little
Why
bit of a
not?
short one here for you guys today. But if you like the podcast, of course, leave a like and subscribe here on YouTube. Really help us out, as well as like and subscribe over on Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever your podcast service you're listening on. And then head over to our Facebook page and leave a like on there. And make sure you ask a question for Ask Us Anything Mondays, because we need more questions for those episodes, because they are super popular. So we want to make them as good as possible.
They like our opinions for some reason. I don't know why.
For some reason, yeah. People keep tuning in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right on. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about ghosts and aliens and the paranormal. So you got that to look forward to. Until then, we'll see you later.
Adios.
See you guys.